intro. Indeed. Fascinating. Hi everybody, this is Diana, aka Pop Culture Diva 42, and I just want to do a double review of two excellent British science fiction films that I've seen this weekend, Womb and Attack of the Block. These movies could not possibly be more different from each other. Womb is this very odd, slow developing movie about a woman that gets impregnated with the clone of the love of her life on purpose, then gives birth to it, then raises it. And Attack of the Block is an alien invasion film about a gang of South Londoners, young adolescent South Londoners, that go to fight against the aliens that are apparently invading their neighborhood. Womb is a very different movie experience. It's kind of like Never Let Me Go, but I personally believe it's a lot better than Never Let Me Go. You need a lot of patience. There's no music in the movie. There are a lot of scenes with absolutely no dialogue. In fact, the scenes where they are dialogue heavy are a very rare exception in this movie. It's kind of like everything is silent and minimalistic in order for you to deal with the story, which is so freaky. In the beginning of the movie, when she gets pregnant and she starts raising the kid, you kind of dread the moment when the clone will start to question their origin. But as the movie progresses, instead of fearing that moment, you anticipate it. You're waiting for it. You just can't wait for the shit to hit the fan. And when the shit hits the fan, finally, oh boy. So this movie stars Eva Green and Matt Smith. And Matt Smith is the doctor, of course. And there are moments in the movie where he does get his doctor on, when you do recognize kind of the same patterns and the same tics that he has on Doctor Who. But really it's the end that kind of makes you completely forget that Matt Smith plays the doctor. The end makes up for the quietness and the kind of sterility of the rest of the movie. And Eva Green, well, Eva Green has the sexiest crazy eyes of any actress working today. But what I liked most about Attack of the Block is that just like District 9, the environment is a character in itself. This is an everyday landscape where something extraordinary is happening, and people react in very familiar ways. They talk in familiar ways. These kids relate to each other in a way that feels authentic, and I think that has to deal a lot with the fact that the director actually grew up in South London. The one thing I will say that disappointed me about Attack of the Block as opposed to District 9 are the aliens are interesting looking, but that's about it. Outside of the way they look, and outside of the simple situation of having aliens in the South London neighborhood, the story itself of these aliens is nothing. It's just, it's really a science fiction cliche, you know, just at some point in the movie you see a shot from a documentary that talks about the relationship between a queen in a beehive and the rest of the drones, and that's exactly the story of the aliens. That's exactly their mentality. That's where they come from, and that is the biggest alien science fiction cliche that there is. But again, you know, the true beauty of this movie is the way that the characters interact. It's the humor. It's just the casualness of everyday London life coming head to head with this science fiction universe. Another parallel between Womb and Attack of the Block is that they are both really location-oriented stories. Location plays a big part in Womb, and obviously, as I already mentioned it also plays a big part in Attack of the Block. But Womb just looks far more expensive than Attack of the Block. Attack of the Block looks like it had a very small budget, but Womb actually looks very well made. The cinematography, like I mentioned, is spotless. And also, Womb has bigger stars in it. You know, it has Eva Green and Matt Smith. In Attack of the Block, you only have Nick Frost. That's kind of a star. Womb is a great counterpart to Attack of the Block because Womb is quiet, it's sterile, it's clean, it has lovely, lovely cinematography, you know, showing you the sea and showing you the landscapes and just focusing on little moments between characters. Whereas Attack of the Block is really loud, is really dirty. It has these characters that are morally gray. You don't know whether to like them or whether to dislike them. If you do not want to be caught in a dark alleyway with those guys, or at least that's how you feel in the beginning. But then as the movie progresses, you know, the leader of the gang certainly has to bring his heroic qualities to the surface.